Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah and I'm so happy that you have joined me today. Today I will be guiding you through a yoga class focusing on the upper body. Let's begin in child's pose. Bring your big toes together, knees together, or farther apart towards the edges of your mat. It's up to you. Sit your hips back down onto your heels or towards the heels. It's okay if your hips are lifted up higher. Walk your hands out in front of you and rest your forehead down onto the ground if that works for you. Otherwise, keep it lifted. Make any adjustments that you need in your child's pose. And know that you can come back to this pose at any point during class. With the face right close towards the ground here, notice if you are able to hear your breath. From here, walk your hands even farther out in front of you towards the top of your mat. Spread your fingers nice and far apart, and then think about pulling the hands back towards your knees, towards the back of your mat. Notice where you are feeling this in your body right now. Keep thinking about dragging the mat back, pulling your hands back. One more big breath here before we move on. From here, bring the right elbow close towards the right knee. Bring the left hand behind your head. Start to rotate the chest up towards the ceiling, looking towards the left elbow if you like. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the left elbow down towards the right elbow. Inhale, open up, rotate towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the elbow towards the right elbow. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring the two elbows towards one another. Inhale, rotate, open. Exhale, left elbow towards the right. Let's do two more. Inhale, rotate, open. Exhale, lower down, left elbow towards right. Last one here, up towards the ceiling. And exhale, left elbow towards the right. Switching sides, left elbow towards the left knee, right hand behind your head. Inhale, open up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the right elbow if you like. And exhale, lower the elbow towards the left elbow. Inhale to open up. And exhale to lower the right elbow down to meet the left. Let's continue just like this. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Rounding the spine a little bit. Inhale, open, finding some more space in the chest and the upper body. Exhale to bring the right elbow to meet the left. Inhale to open up. And exhale to lower. One more time here. Inhale, rotate, open towards the ceiling. Exhale to lower down. Stretch both arms out in front of you towards the top two corners of your mat. Stay in your child's pose. Engage the arms, engage the shoulders, the upper body. And once again here, think about pulling the hands back towards the back of your mat. Keep the head and the chest lifted up off of the ground. Just a little bit longer here. Good. Come up into a tabletop position on all fours. And lower all the way down now to your belly. Elbows hug in towards the sides of your body as you lower down. Take your time to lower. From here, interlace your fingers behind you, behind your back. Inhale to lift up. Pull your hands towards your feet at the back of your mat. You can separate your feet farther apart if you like. Lift your chest. Exhale to lower. Continue just like this. Inhale to lift. Lifting the chest, reaching the hands farther back behind you. Exhale to lower. A few more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Release the clasp of the hands. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Fingers spread nice and far apart. Press into the hands to lift your chest up. Inhale. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift. Think about hugging the elbows in towards the side of your body. Exhale to lower down. The forehead can touch the mat. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Let's do two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale to come down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower down. From here, come into a tabletop position. Hands and knees. Bring your elbows down onto the mat. Forearms are parallel to one another and parallel to the long edges of your mat. Tucking the toes under, step one foot back and then the other. Forearm plank. Staying right here for about 5 breaths. If you would like to, you can drop down to your knees. One more breath. Lower down to the belly. Untuck the toes, Sphinx pose, lift up through the crown of your head. Think about bringing your elbows back towards your feet, to the back of your mat. Lower down and bring your thumbs and your index or your pointer fingers together just underneath your chest. So you're creating a diamond shape with your fingers. Inhale, lift up, similar to what we were doing before. Exhale, lower down. Continue like this, working with your breath, moving as quickly or as slowly as you like. You can work towards straighter elbows as you come up, or you can stay lower down with the elbows more bent. Let's do 5 more. Last 2. One more right here. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. From here, come up onto your forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes under, come up into forearm plank. Your body is in a nice long line all the way from the top of your head back to your heels. Start to walk your feet in towards your elbows, towards the top of your mat. Allow the head to just drop down in between the arms. The hips lift up towards the ceiling. Let's take a few breaths here. Breathe in whatever way feels best for you in this moment. And allow the knees to be as bent as they need to be. The heels do not need to be reaching the mat. Walk the feet back towards the back of your mat. Lower down into forearm plank. Come back to Sphinx pose. Lift up through the chest, lift up through the crown of your head, and then lower the chest down to the mat. From here, reach your arms out in front of you. Lift the arms and the chest and the head up, keeping the legs down on the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the elbows back. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale, straighten the arms out. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the elbows back. Think of squeezing a pencil right in between your shoulder blades at the upper back. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the elbows back. Squeeze that pencil in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower down. Continue like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower down. Bring one hand over top of the other. Rest your forehead down for a few breaths. Bring your thumbs and your index fingers together just underneath your chest. Inhale to lift up as high or as close towards the ground as you like. So you can stay lower or lift up higher. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. You can bring your feet, your legs farther apart if you wish. Let's continue just like this. Make sure that you are working with your own breath. So there is no need to match my pace or anyone else's pace. Notice where you are feeling this in your own body. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift. And on your exhale, you'll lower down. Extend your arms out in front of you. Lift the chest up, lift the arms up. Bring the arms out to the side. Bend the elbows. Rest one hand over top of the other. Back of the hands on your low back. Lift the chest up more. Arms come out to the side as we reverse this movement. Arms straight out in front of you. Continue just like this. Bending the arms, back of the hands on the low back. Straighten the arms as the arms come back out to the side. Arms come out in front of you. We'll do a few more just like this. Move slowly and move with control. One more here. Arms out to the side, bend the elbows, one hand over top of the other. Lift the hands up, arms out to the side, arms straight out in front of you. Rest the hands down onto the mat, one hand over top of the other. Take one full breath here. Bring your forearms parallel to one another, elbows underneath shoulders, propping yourself up. Tuck the toes under, lift up into a forearm plank. Walk your feet in towards the elbows, towards the top of your mat. Look back to your feet. Staying right here in our dolphin pose for about 3 breaths. Press a little bit more into your hands, your forearms, and your elbows. Good, walk your feet back. Come into a forearm plank, dropping the hips down. Think about finding a nice long line throughout the entire body. Drop the hips down, Sphinx pose. Stay here for 2 big breaths. Lower down, bring one hand over top of the other, rest the forehead down. One more breath here. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, lift up to a plank or modified plank. Come back to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up high towards the ceiling. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. And from here, we'll simply walk the feet up to the hands, top of the mat. Bring the feet outside of the hands, toes out, heels in. Sit the hips low into your malasana. Now I'm just going to turn to face you. You can bring your hands together at heart center. You can move a little bit from side to side. That feels good for you. And then let's bring the right hand down just in front of the foot. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Look up towards that hand. Bring the hand down. Reach the right arm up. Look up towards the right hand. Bring it down. Reach the left hand up. Look up towards the left hand. Bring it down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, bring it down. Do a few more just like that. Let's do one more, lifting the left arm up. Inhale, exhale, lower it down. Bring your hands together at heart center. And then lower the hips down. Come to a seated position on your mat. And lower all the way down onto your back. Let's hug our knees into our chest, wrapping the arms around the shins, around the legs, rocking a little bit from side to side if that feels good. And then extend the legs long, arms go long, take up lots of space. Make any changes, make any adjustments that you need to in order to get settled in and get as comfortable as you can. Observe and notice how your body feels at the end of class compared to how it felt at the beginning of class. Notice what has changed and notice what has stayed the same. Notice also any changes in your mind. as well as any changes with your breath. And can you let go of any control that you had over your breath during practice and allow your breath to become as natural and effortless as it can? Simply let it be. And if your mind is wandering off quite a bit right now, perhaps you bring your attention to the rise and fall of your breath. Rising on the inhale, falling on the exhale. You can think of it like a wave, or perhaps a hill or a mountain. And allow this time in your Shavasana at the end of practice to be exactly what you need. Allow it to be a time for both the body and the mind to receive the benefits from your practice. I invite you to stay in this pose, Shavasana, for as long as you wish. Take your time. If you enjoyed this practice, be sure to check out my channel for all of my other yoga classes I have on there. There's about 30 now. And thank you so much for joining me. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.